This is Disney Travel Tales, a trip report show helping you to become an expert at navigating your next Disney vacation. Join me every Friday for all things Disney related. Not traveling to Disney anytime soon? Never fear, we are still the show for you. Sit back, relax, and immerse yourself in someone else's trip. All the joy, none of the stress. All right, if you're ready, let's get to today's show. Hello and welcome. You are listening to episode number 110, and today I am here all by myself talking about my possibly new favorite resort at Walt Disney World, which is the Riviera Resort. This episode is just going to be a review of the resort, a breakdown of the resort, talking about a little bit about what Disney wants it to be, what I think it is, the food options, how I felt about that, the amenities, location, everything. So you are in for a treat today. So Disney's Riviera Resort is actually their newest resort on property at Walt Disney World in Florida. This is a DVC resort, but you can still just be a cash paying customer and stay at a room there, but it is an exclusive DVC resort. So from the Disney website, it explains it as enchantment awaits you at a resort hotel that's inspired by Europe and imagined by Disney. Here you can delight in exhilarating activities, delectable dining, and stylish accommodations, from cozy tower studios to spacious villas with up to 3 bedrooms. Disney's Riviera Resort is designed to capture the magic of Europe that Walt Disney fell in love with once upon a time. Upon arrival, you'll be welcomed home by a palm tree-lined boulevard and the striking facade of this resort hotel. From the grand archways and porticos to the tower and terraces, Disney's Riviera Resort is a modern masterpiece of imagination, with each detail drawing upon the influences of European and the Mediterranean. Elegance awaits you inside. The main lobby is appointed with a mix of modern and classic 20th century furnishings. You'll also discover a unique art collection celebrating beloved Disney characters and icons, influenced by master artists who found inspiration along the European Riviera. The ambiance extends outdoors where beautiful gardens, bubbling fountains, lush landscaping, and a serene waterfront beckon you to enjoy scenic strolls with your loved ones. So when my husband and I visited back in January of this year, 2024, this is where we stayed, and we stayed in a tower studio. This was not the first time that I have visited Riviera Resort. I've been here 2 other times, not to stay, just to eat. The first time was with my daughter. We ate at Topolino's for breakfast one morning. Then last summer, my son Aiden and I stopped over there to eat at Primo Piatto, and we enjoyed that. But I will get more into all of the food in a little bit. Let's talk about just kind of what our first impressions were of this resort, especially my husband's. Walking up to the resort, it is absolutely stunning. Like, it is just a very large, gorgeous looking resort. One of the things that I love about this resort is it's very compact. It's not spread out at all. It's just the main buildings. It's much taller than some of the other Disney resorts, but it's just all right there. It's all very close, all in just kind of the main buildings. It's not spread out at all. And it's all kind of around the pool area, which is it's really nice. It has a great feeling, and it doesn't feel like these overly large resorts that sometimes some of the Disney resorts can feel like. But when you pull up to the gate, they are very strict about who comes into their resort. And so we had to show, our ID. They had to look up that we actually had a reservation there. So I'm not sure if it's that easy to just pull up, park, and visit this resort, because they did stop us for our ID. And we were in a Lyft, and he had mentioned that, or we were in an Uber. But anyway, he had mentioned that this is one of the only resorts that is very strict about who comes in or out. But when you pull up, it just has a beautiful grand entrance. There's like a little water feature, so you have some like little waterfall. It's just really relaxing and beautiful. You can see the Skyliner station from the entrance, kind of when you're pulling up, which is just really nice. Has a big water feature, like over on the side, like a big pond that's really, relaxing and nice as well. But the one thing that stands out to me about this resort is how amazing it smells. I know that might sound strange. I love good smells. Like, I'm all about smells. When Aiden and I stayed at the boardwalk, that was one of our favorite things about the boardwalk, was how good it smelled. This resort smells amazing. I'm not sure how they get just such a great, like, that smell pumped in, but oh my gosh, it will definitely, you will notice it as soon as you get there. So they have a covered walkway from the drop-off area in the front. You just go in. The lobby feels very cozy. It doesn't feel, like this grand, overdone lobby. The desks are kind of to the side. And this is kind of the feel you get when you stay at a villa or one of the DVC villas. They want you to feel more like you're coming home because that's one of the perks of owning DVC is it's like you're home away from home. And so they really want you to feel like you're coming at home. So when you walk in, you see couches and chairs. You don't see like a front desk. That's more to the side on the right. On the left is the gift shop. The gift shop is actually kind of small. I love hotel gift shops. Some of my favorite gift shops on Disney property are at the Contemporary, the Polynesian Resort. Port Orleans Riverside has an amazing gift shop. This gift shop is very, very small. It doesn't have doesn't have lots of options. It does have a lot of very specific stuff for Riviera, which is nice. I enjoy that. But overall, the gift shop is just okay. Like, I definitely wouldn't rank it as one of my favorite gift shops in a hotel. But that's over on the right. And then they have a little coffee bar over there as well. Overall first impression is just a 10 out of a 10. And my husband would say the same thing. He was really blown away by this resort. He's only ever stayed at value resorts at Disney. And so when I told him about this trip and I told him we're staying at a deluxe resort, I have this special room for us, he was kind of like, whatever. But then when he got there, he really was like, this is so nice. Like, it's just super, super nice. From the lobby area, you can also go downstairs because you're kind of walking in, not on ground level. So then you go downstairs to where the pool area is, where some of the quick service restaurants are. And they have a great outdoor area back there. But we will get to more of that later. So let's talk about the rooms at the Riviera Resort. This resort has many different room options. So they have the Tower Studio, which that's the room we stayed in. I'm going to go over all the room options before I actually talk about our experience with our room. But the Tower Studio is this very small room. Riviera has a tower building over on the right-hand side in the front. So when you're pulling up, you see the main building, and then it's like a tower, like kind of like Rapunzel's tower. These rooms are only in that tower. They sleep 2 adults, and it has 1 queen size pull down bed and a bathroom. And so when the bed is up, it's a couch. When the bed is down, it is a bed. There's also a deluxe studio. The deluxe studio sleeps up to 5 adults. It has 1 queen bed, 1 queen size pull down bed, and then 1 of the small single pull down beds. The deluxe studio's one really great feature about these is the bathroom setup. So you have a bathroom with a sink, a shower, and a toilet. And then you have another bathroom with a sink and then a bathtub and a shower. And so you have these separate bathroom areas so multiple people can be showering and getting ready for bed or getting ready for the day at the same time, which I just think is fantastic. And this is just a standard your standard hotel, quote unquote, hotel room at this resort. It is much larger than a regular size hotel room, and these rooms are just decorated so elegant and nice. There is also the 1-bedroom villa, which has a king-size bed, a queen-size pull-down bed, and then the single pull-down bed also sleeps up to 5 adults. There is the 2-bedroom villa that has a king bed, 2 queen beds, 1 queen-size pull-down bed, and 1 single pull-down bed, and this sleeps up to 9 adults. And then finally, you have the 3-bedroom grand villa. This has 1 king bed, 4 queen beds, and 1 queen-size sleeper sofa, and this sleeps up to 12 adults. The One bedroom, two bedroom, and three bedrooms also have kitchens and washer and dryers as well. There are two views that you can get. You can get the standard view and the preferred view. Now, this is where it's a little bit different from other resorts because your standard view is actually a view of Epcot, and you can see Hollywood Studios as well. So you can be on the balcony of your standard view room and see the fireworks at Epcot. So that is definitely a perk. All of the tower studios are considered standard views. So they all have views of Epcot and that fireworks show. And I also just wanted to note all the rooms have balconies as well. Your preferred view is the view of the pool and also of Caribbean Beach Resort in the Skyliner. So this resort is actually walking distance to Caribbean Beach Resort. They're all kind of, facing the same area. They both have Skyliner hubs at them, or, Skyliner entrances or ways to get on the Skyliner. However you say that. And then there's this big lake that separates them, but you can walk from Riviera Resort to Caribbean Beach or vice versa, from Caribbean Beach Resort over to Riviera Resort. Like I had said before, these rooms are so beautifully decorated. It's white linens, white bed frames. It's very just that Mediterranean kind of French classic feel. The dark wood furniture, a neutral kind of curtain with carpet. And it's just, they're so beautiful. I really, really enjoyed the decor of our room. Like I said, we stayed in the tower studio. I chose this room for a few reasons. It is the lowest cost room at the Riviera Resort, and it is a fantastic price to get to stay at this resort. So if you're interested in staying in this room, my best advice is to book early because they book up very quickly because there's not a lot of them. When you walk into the room, on the left-hand side is like an entire wall of built-ins. There's a microwave. There are two large cabinets that had like some utensils, some plates. They had some bowls. They had like a wine opener. And then part of this built-in is the couch. It also has built-in like nightstands with some plugs and then some shelving with where you have your coffee pot, your Keurig, and all of your, coffee accessories. On the right-hand side was a very small tape, like console under the television that you could set stuff on. And then there was also an ottoman that sat in front of the couch in the middle. There was a chair as well over on the far left-hand side. So there was a big window towards the back of the room, and then your balcony was on the right-hand side on the other side of the television. So this room is very small. Like, don't get me wrong. You're not going to walk into this and be like, wow, look how big this room is. It is very tight, but for two people, we had plenty of room. And because of all the window and the natural light coming in, it felt like it was really nice. It was really comfortable and it was really airy. The pull-down bed is so easy to just literally grab the handles, pull it straight down. The bed was really comfortable. It's not the most comfortable Disney bed I slept in, but for my husband and I, we stayed 3 nights. We were very comfortable. It was perfectly fine. One of the great things about this room is the bathroom is very big. So the bathroom has a shower and bathtub combination, toilet, and then a single sink, vanity, and then a closet. But the walking space in the bathroom was very, very large, which I really enjoyed. I had been talking to someone before we went, and I was like, honestly, the size of this bathroom alone makes me feel okay with the size of the room. Hey, it's Jenny, just popping on real quick. Make sure to stay up to date with all things Disney news, all things Disney, Universal, cruising related by following me on Instagram at Disney Travel Tales. You can also find me on Facebook at Disney Travel Tales as well. If this episode is making you want to plan a Disney vacation, then I would love to help you. All of my services are completely free to my clients, so there really is no reason not to use a travel agent. Most people don't realize that when you go and book your own Disney vacation, you are already paying that travel agent fee. So why not take advantage of that and get all of those services that you're already going to be paying for? I would love to help you plan your next trip, so make sure to check the show notes for information on how to get in contact with me, my quote form, my email, and yeah, let's make 2024 the year you go to Disney. I think in my mind I had expected the room to be smaller than it actually was. Like, we had plenty of space. We were very comfortable staying here. We were not in the room a whole lot, which is typical when you, especially if you have a short Disney trip. So it was perfect for us. We loved the balcony, loved having the balcony and the views. At night when we would come home, we would see all the, lights and projections, like shows, colors that they did on Spaceship Earth, which was really nice. And then on our last night, we made a point to come home. We bought a bottle of wine down in the gift shop because they sell wine and champagne. And then we came up to the room and we sat on the balcony, drank wine, and watched the fireworks show. And it was just such a great view. When Bell Services had brought our bags to our room, the first thing he said was, "You have one of the best views of the fireworks, so make sure you take time to watch the fireworks from your room." And we were like, noted, we're doing that. So we made sure on our last night that we got to take advantage of our view. And it is stunning. In my opinion, the best way to watch fireworks. This was my third deluxe resort to stay at. Based on the room alone, this probably would be my second favorite room that we've stayed in. My first favorite at a deluxe would be over at the Contemporary, just because they're brand new, remodeled, and we had more space. I actually liked this room more than I liked our room over at Boardwalk Villas because that room has not been redone. It was older. The bathroom was old. The bathroom was super small for being a villa. And so I would definitely rank this as my second favorite room that we have stayed in so far. So let's move on to dining. This resort has some of the best dining on Disney property. Of course, that's my opinion, but from my clients, from what I've heard from friends, everyone loves the food over here. So we're just going to start at Le Petit Cafe, which is the little coffee shop. That has the glass cases where they have the little treats in there that you can pick from. That's right by the lobby, just on the first floor. It says, "Slip away to this stylish patisserie for a favorite morning beverage or a relaxing cocktail at the end of the day. Our exquisite oven-fresh treats are the perfect accompaniments to our satisfying specialty coffee drinks. In the afternoon or evening, stop in for cocktails, beer, or wine paired with a selection of savory bites." We did not get anything from here just because in the mornings I would go down to Primo Piatto to get our coffee. And also down there, they have some of the same desserts that they have up here. So we actually never stopped in over here. We did walk by it. And this area in the little bar area, one of the things I loved about it was all the photos of Walt in the Mediterranean they had. So as you're walking down the hall, there's these beautiful, just really nostalgic pictures of Walt and Lillian and Roy on their vacations when they went to the Mediterranean. And I, being the Walt fan that I am, loved seeing that. So this is a fun, nice area. If you're just going to be in the resort, let's say you have a resort day, to go have a drink and just kind of relax and enjoy yourself. So let's just go ahead and talk about Primo Piatto. This is the place we ate at the most. This is the place I've ate at the most at this resort in general. It says, "Gather your family and friends for a quick snack or casual meal of sandwiches, salads, beer, wine, and more." So we ate breakfast here one morning. We got Riviera Resort's famous chocolate banana bread, which if you stay here and you are a fan, it's not super banana-y. So even if you don't like banana, I still think you would like it. This bread is so, so good. I would get that for us in the mornings using a snack credit. And I would take our refillable mugs, go fill it up with coffee, and we were good to go. We've also ate lunch here. When Aiden and I visited, we had lunch. I had a shrimp dish that I thought was really good. Aiden had a marguerite pizza that he said was delicious. And then Cameron and I, on the night that we came back to watch the fireworks, we still had a quick service meal a dining credit we needed to use. So we stopped in and we got a sandwich and we shared the sandwich and it was delicious. We loved it as well. It was the spicy Italian sandwich. This is a really nice little quick service. You know, if you're used to staying at a moderate or a value, you're kind of used to that whole food court feel. This definitely is not that. This is a smaller restaurant. It has really nice seating. It's right by the pool in the outdoor area, which we'll talk more about in a little bit. And it just has a great vibe. Like, I loved coming in here. Again, it smells amazing. You can get to it from the inside of the resort. If you just go down those stairs from the lobby and to your left, you'll kind of follow the little path around, or you can get to it from the outside. They have outside doors as well. This is probably my favorite quick service resort restaurant I've ate at, just because it didn't have that, like, I don't know how to explain it. It just didn't have that like standard quick service resort feel. They had different types of food. They had more interesting food. They still had the plain stuff that, you know, your kids might want, but they had just more interesting stuff for adults, which I really appreciated. Another quick service option is Bar Riva, and Bar Riva is an open air restaurant that is right next to the pool. We did not get any food from Bar Riva because while we were there, they told us that we could not use our dining credits for food there. I've heard that's changed, so I definitely wouldn't give up on that option yet, but we did order some drinks. This is just a fun vibe. And it has a different menu, and some of the food from this menu looked so good. Again, our trip was very short. We didn't spend a ton of time at the resort, but I do wish we would have taken the time to come sit in here and eat, because we were there in January. It was chilly, but it was perfect for like an open air restaurant. It was not like freezing cold. And this would have just been a really, really nice place to go eat and kind of have that open air feel. Because it's located right by the splash pad in the pool, if you're doing a pool day, this is the perfect place to just hop in, grab something to eat, grab some good drinks, and then be right back on your way to the pool. The sit-down restaurant at this resort is Topolino's Terrace, and it is on the top floor of the resort. They serve breakfast and dinner, and the breakfast is a character meal, and you get to meet Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Daisy in my opinion, the absolute cutest outfits you will see them in. Mickey is an artist. He has a smock with some paint on it. Minnie is a journalist, and she has poems written all around this beautiful dress. Donald is a sculptor, so he also has an apron on, and he's ready to sculpt. And then Daisy is a ballerina, and they all look very French, and it is very fun. They have fun music, they do a fun dance, and of course they will come to your table and spend lots of time with you and whoever is with you. When my daughter and I had breakfast here, this was probably one of our favorite meals that we had on our trip, and this is probably the best breakfast I've ever had at Disney. The food is just absolutely delicious. It's not buffet, you order it. It's just a great selection. I had gotten a quiche that was really good with a salad. My daughter got the cute Mickey waffles, but it comes on like a palette, like an artist palette where she can dip it in. They have like different kinds of dips and like the little paint spots. They're on a stick. It was just so cute. A lot of the people around me, there is a steak that is on this menu for breakfast that people just rave about. They say it's fantastic, and a lot of people around me were getting the steak. If you're staying here, I definitely think you should try it. It's so delicious. They also serve dinner here as well. Dinner is a little bit fancy. You do have to come dressed a little bit nicer. I'm not sure if they'll turn you away, but they definitely don't want you showing up in, a bathing suit or flip-flops maybe. I'm not sure. But also from here, there's a beautiful terrace that you can walk out on after you're eating or during your meal, and you will be able to see the fireworks at Epcot when you come up here. And I've actually wondered if you'd be able to see the fireworks from Magic Kingdom, because when we were in our room, I swore I could see the Contemporary very, very, very far in the distance. But when you're up on that top floor, I am wondering if you could see those fireworks over there. During the day, you can see the Tree of Life over at Animal Kingdom. You can see Tower of Terror at Hollywood Studios. It's just a great view and it's beautiful. Such a nice place. Definitely a restaurant you should try to eat if you're staying there or even if you're not. One of the other things that I really loved about this resort is just all the outdoor activities. They have lawn games. They had bocce ball. They had a big outdoor chess set. Just lots of outdoor fun stuff to do. The pool is so much fun. Cameron and I did go swim. It was raining and cold, but we still did it. I told him I have to go down this slide. The slide was really great. It was dark, so I didn't get to take a video, but it's definitely my second favorite slide. My first favorite slide is over at Boardwalk, but this is definitely a close second. And I wonder if it was nicer weather and during the day if I would have enjoyed it more. Even though I really did enjoy it, don't get me wrong. It's very long, super windy, and fun. And there were these two little boys that were just having the best time, like the time of their life going down this slide, which was really fun as well. They have a very large splash pad area for smaller children or just kids who want to run around and play with a wet little playground. That looks really fun as well. Just like all the other resorts, they have campfire activities where you can go make s'mores over by the lake that separates Riviera from Caribbean Beach. They have a movie under the stars on certain nights, so you just need to check your schedule. They have a workout room, a fitness center that you can do if you just feel the need. If walking around Disney isn't enough exercise, then you can just go over there and get some more in. One of the best things about this resort is that access to the Skyliner. So when you're leaving the resort, you just walk off the side. There's a little walkway that takes you down, and the walkway is really beautiful. It has a tile mosaic of Rapunzel's tower and Peter Pan with some little water features. Just everything about this resort is beautiful. I also loved the music they played at this resort as you're walking around. Just very relaxing. There's just something about staying at a deluxe resort that's a little bit elevated. You'll definitely notice the difference. So if you get a chance to do it, I highly recommend trying to stay at a deluxe resort at least once on one of your Disney vacations. But you just walk down and hop on the Skyliner and you will be at Epcot before you know it. If you want to go to Hollywood Studios, you will take the Skyliner over to Caribbean Beach. You have to get off and then get on the Skyliner that heads over to Hollywood Studios. We never had to wait for the Skyliner. I'm not sure if in busier times, if it does take longer to get on a car, especially if you're going to Epcot, because the main hub for the Skyliner is at Caribbean Beach. But when we were there, every time we walked up, we just got right on when we wanted to get to Epcot. And you get there so fast. It's just it's always surprising to me how fast we get there. It's definitely probably my favorite Disney transportation. Overall, our experience at Disney's Riviera Resort was a 10. We loved everything about it. I did forget to mention, we did have a small hiccup in our room one night. We had a clogged drain, but we told the people in the lobby and they took care of it and it was fine. But this resort is just fantastic. The location to me is perfect. If you are planning to go to Epcot a lot on your trip, this is the resort for you, 100%. Getting to Epcot was so fast. Our first day when we got there, we went down to Primo Piatto and we looked at the menu and we're like, yeah, I don't really feel like eating any of that. We were at Epcot in 8 minutes, which is crazy. That you can't say that about very many resorts at Disney. And then getting over to Hollywood Studios was so easy as well. There's a great restaurant over at Caribbean Beach called Sebastian's Bistro. You could literally just walk over there. You're that close to Caribbean Beach. So the location of this resort is just really fantastic. I also wanted to mention, if you've listened to this podcast for a while, you know I have the worst bus luck Like I'm partially cursed. Maybe, I'm not even sure. I had no bad bus experiences at this resort. We never had to wait for a bus too long. The bus stop at the resort is just really easy. You just walk out the front doors, follow the little walkway down to the right. Pretty much every time we walked down there, if we were using a bus that day, the bus was there, or we waited maybe a couple of minutes for the bus. It's funny because we went over to Animal Kingdom Lodge to eat a meal out, and then we got stuck waiting forever at that resort for a bus. But at Riviera, we just did not have that issue. The buses definitely run very much on time and on schedule. And then at the parks, we had no issue waiting for a bus to get back to our resort. So that really was nice, and was a little perk of the trip too. So yeah, I think this is currently my favorite resort at Disney. I just loved it. Everything about it was great. I can't wait to go back one day. I've always said if we go back to Disney as a family, this is the resort I want to stay at, because I think all of my kids would just really enjoy staying here with all the outdoor games, amenities. The pool's really nice. The food was really great. And just the options for those bigger rooms, When you have a family, you need more space. What can I say? If you've ever stayed at the Riviera Resort, I would love to hear from you. So make sure you go over to my Instagram at Disney Travel Tales. I'm going to be putting up some stories, posts, and reels. Comment on them. Let me know what you think. And if you want to stay at the Riviera Resort, shoot me an email. Let's get that quote. Let's get this trip booked for you. My email is jenny@trolleylanetravel.com. That's a wrap on today's show. As always, thanks for listening. Make sure to visit us on Instagram at Disney Travel Tales. If you're wanting to support the show, the best and easiest way to do that is to leave a 5-star positive review on Apple Podcasts. It's so easy and means the world to me. Can't wait to be back next week with you. So until then, this is Jenny, and may all your Disney travel dreams come true. Hi, this is Jenny, just popping on with some exciting news. I've started a Facebook group just for you. I'm really excited about this because not only will this be a great opportunity to get to know each other, but this is also a safe space to talk all things Disney. Members can share travel tips, resort tips, likes and dislikes, and the best part is this will give you an opportunity to talk to the guest on the show and ask them questions about their trips. I was trying to think of a fun name for us, and Disney Travel Tales Podcast Clubhouse came to mind. This is a private group, and of course, I will not allow anyone to be bullied or talked down to. I just want this space to be positive and fun. Check the show notes for a link to join, or just search Disney Travel Tales Podcast Clubhouse in Facebook. I can't wait to see you over there.